Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Without false humility, or with a big amount of narcissism, I think that the way things go with the free speech in the United States of America, things like my little program here would be unacceptable in about 5 to 10 years, 5 to 7 years, in a way that certain things that you say would be considered, we can find a little, how should I put it, euphemism, I don't know, hurting or uncomfortable or something like that. They will find a term, and under that term, some will consider that my speech and others' speech should be eliminated from the civil society. Then the civil society will be determined by the same people who will determine your speech as being this or that. Nevertheless, let's go and discuss an article coming from the Ukrainian side, which gives, or at least gave me some information that I was unaware that was occurring. I was occurring that the Chinese are supporting Russia politically, not saying, hey, you are this, you are that way, by not joining the frenzy of other countries in name calling, and therefore it supports Russia. The other support that China provides to Russia is buying its oil and gas, natural resources, doing business together, ditching the dollar. So all these things are, kind of moral crimes occurring between the two countries, because it's only one acceptable rule, and you have to follow that. And the rule is whatever United States says must be the rule. But the rule made by United States doesn't imply that United States has to follow those rules or obey those rules. You know what I mean? So, rules for thee, but not for me. So what happened here? I was unaware that China continues, right there. I wasn't aware they do in the first place. But now I see that China continues to do that. So, Ukrainska Pravda, today, February 18th, 2023. The headline reads, Russia continues to import Chinese drones for war in Ukraine. And that is war study, it's Wall Street Journal. I thought it was a different institution. I wasn't aware that they do, but hey, they know best. So let's read here. Despite the sanctions, Russia continues to import civilian Chinese DJI drones through its distributors and from the Persian Gulf countries. I was aware that the Americans claimed or argued or accused the Chinese, some companies, selling certain kind of components to Russia. Supposedly in the Far East, across the border, and these guys were able to figure it out and exactly who's doing what, that. They got the receipts of the, we never see the receipts, they said they had them, according to the receipts, the transaction receipts. Like someone who's going to keep those transactions going to be online, so can be hacked. Anyway, but people are dumb and those guys are so smart. So anyway, they said that the Chinese companies were selling certain kind of components to the Russians, which is illegal through the sanctions imposed by another country. So your neighbor tells you what kind of business you can have with another neighbor that he doesn't like. I thought I'm independent and I am a sovereign country, but no, you're not. Remember the rule? Yeah, the rule is whatever those guys say. So another, I think another an argument to make you think that, hey, you are actually not as they say you are. You have to listen to us. So anyway, and again, the Persian Gulf, they stated that Iran gives Russia drones. I did not hear of any investigation on that. Maybe, maybe not. Again, I don't even know how to anybody can accuse anybody of anything, but you got to provide evidence. And Iran, on a few occasions, tried to get Ukrainians, because the Ukrainians were the main guys. Somehow, if you look on the map, it's hard anyway to figure out how in the hell they knew these guys, because they found drones made in, okay, whatever, let's say the drones are over there. I'm concerned with China more than with Iran, but I understand Iran being needing to be a little bit taken care of for other countries' interests. So this is the Wall Street Journal reporting it. And details, according to customs documents, yes, transaction, custom documents, some commercial drones are arriving at the front line from Russian distributors supplied by the Chinese company DJI, while others are transported via the United Arab Emirates. Oh, this is a different story. I didn't even know about this. I thought they would talk about Iran here. All right, Russia's continued deployment of Chinese drones on Ukrainian battlefield. I have not heard about this. I was unaware that Chinese drones are flying in Ukraine. Well, poor me, stupid me, I guess. Now I learned something. Thank you. If true, that's the whole thing, you know. Russia's continued deployment of Chinese drones on the Ukrainian battlefield shows how its army was able to draw its critical equipment from abroad despite a large-scale sanctions campaign. The sanctions were imposed by certain countries voluntarily, correct? China is not one of those countries imposing sanctions. Correct. Neither, I think, is this country here. Correct. So what's the... You're just reporting or you're just accusing? Thus, the army has received some of the DJI drones from the UAE by paying for the delivery through the state bank Sberbank, which is under sanctions. Okay? Again, by whom? Whose sanctions? Whose sanctions? United Nations sanctions or United States and its weasel states, the followers, the bottom feeders? The Pentagon worries. Oh, okay, we know now who's worried. Why are you worried? Are you at war? Is Pentagon at war with Russia? I thought that Ukraine is. So why are you worried? Don't you supply tons of weapons to Ukraine? Okay. The Pentagon worries that these drones aren't only fueling Russia's war effort, but are also allowing China to gather crucial battlefield intelligence that might enhance Beijing's war readiness. I think you are just having a little military drills with in South China Sea, or you have. It's still ongoing, and a little North Korean woodchuck is angry about it. What are you doing in the South China Sea, by the way? Because I can read the name, or I can hear the name China. South China Sea. I didn't hear South California Gulf or anything like that. So, yeah, thank you very much. What, they should just take it like a whore and you don't pay? What's going on here? Anyway, some drones and drone parts were delivered through the European Union. Wow, now that's bad. The perpetrators must be punished. Find them and set a Nuremberg trial style court and go and get all those guys. In September, Dutch authorities arrested Dmitry Alexievich Kudryavtsev. Oh no, this is a Georgian. Not good. Kudryavtsev, that could be a Georgian right there. But hey, what do I know? For allegedly exporting goods to Russia in violation of international export controls. Get him. Get this guy if he's violated your rules. Federal prosecutors in the Netherlands said Mr. Kudryavtsev, Dutch-Russian owner of Word Tech BV, was supplying the type of drones used by Russian military. Okay. Trade data showed that this company shipped at least 270,000 worth of export-controlled goods, including DJI drones parts. This is about 2 Mercedes-Benz, let's say, S-Class. All right? So, or maybe 2 and a quarter, let's put it this way. It's not even a Lamborghini. So, yeah, okay. And they sent it to Russia for a war effort. Now, And you want me to be very concerned with the 5 drones this guy sent. Well, I know rules are rules. We should respect rules and regulations. I got that. But I'm just, sometimes you have to put certain violations under a certain kind of, relative to what? To what kind of proportions? Now, I don't know. A rule is rule. $270,000 in drones or whatever supplies, but it was China over there and United Arab Emirates. Now, again, these guys try to make a little this. We know who's in charge over there. I don't have to really name it. Try to punish everybody else who might disagree with their take on an issue. And I thought that we have diversity of thought, and we are still allowed to have a different opinion on certain things, even to question them. I thought, but no, it's not like that. Still, the same basic rule is in charge of humanity, and that is this. If you got this, and you put everybody down, and you make the rules, but you don't have to follow the rules. Isn't that nice? But point the finger to each and every person who's not following your rules that everybody agreed to. Because you say, well, make these rules, but then I don't follow them. That sounds to me a little bit like hypocritical, at least, at a minimum. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.